Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to your mid-October 2017 tarot card reading. So I've already meditated on your sign, and I've shuffled and pulled some cards, and I drew an animal card for you, which I will read from the book and then give you my intuitive 2 cents. This is just an overarching thematic energy that I like to keep in mind as I move through the rest of the cards. So I invite you to do the same. Big month here. Big few weeks coming up. October has been a big month for this energy in general, as you know, as I have been feeling it. So no different as we move into the next 2 weeks. We have the elephant. And it really is, it makes sense that there is just this one card instead of two that wanted to come out. This is sort of this standalone energy is what I'm getting. But let me just go ahead and read it. And then we'll get into it. Okay. Where are you? Here we go. Elephant. Unstoppable, auspicious, wise. The elephant is arguably the most auspicious figure in the deck. Like Ganesh, the elephant represents immense wisdom, as well as good fortune. It is said that the great elephant is the destroyer of obstacles. So if this card appears when you feel stuck, rest assured the path will soon become clear. To add to the mystery, the elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It illuminates the way with the light of self-knowledge. When in balance, one-pointed focus, generous, loving. When out of balance, misunderstands fate. To bring into balance, trust. So this is so beautiful. Really a profound energy coming from this card. There is this unstoppable energy. There is this determination, which has been coming up for the last couple of months for this sign, but in particular the last couple of weeks. That's definitely been a focus. And we see sort of this, my eye is drawn to this third eye, this mark at the center of the elephant's forehead. And I'm hearing sense of direction. So there is this direction, there is this focus, there is this determination. And there's this fire, this fire in your belly for whatever you're moving towards. Deep devotion, I just heard. So there's a devotion to your cause, to yourself, and to what is driving you forward. And that element of this card that speaks to creating obstacles, not as a way to hold you back, but as a way to steer you forward in that correct, that direction, that path that is right for you, that is connected to your highest good, your highest intention, your highest fulfillment, your highest self. That's coming up very strong. So really what that means is there are no obstacles. And if obstacles and as obstacles appear, they're guiding forces forward. They're there to support you. This feels so supported. Okay, so let's keep this in mind. And let me show you what I'm looking at here. I pulled the Celtic cross. Okay, so this is the focal point of your reading. 10 of Wands reversed, very interesting, crossed by the 4 of Swords. And then in the recent or deep past, it depends, we have the Star reversed. Interesting, Aquarius' very own card. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Devil, or the bottom of the anchoring the spread, we have the Devil. Capricorn. And then moving into the near future here, we have the Five of Wands. Interesting. And then crowning the reading, we have the Ten of Swords reversed. Then also representing Aquarius general energy, we have the Mother of Wands. And I almost said Mother of Swords, but Mother of Wands it is. But there is sort of this mental agility, this mental energy, that sword energy that's coming up here. And then in your environment, we have the Chariot reversed. In hopes and fears, we have the Daughter of Wands. So we have a pair there. And then in our outcome, or moving into November, we have, wow, the Sun, and then the Six of Wands reversed. Interesting. Okay. This is very interesting. So there is this closeout. There is this completion of a cycle. We have the 10 of Wands reversed. And I just heard seeing in the dark. Seeing in the dark. And with these two together, I'm hearing keep it simple, keeping it simple. So there is this sort of, also there's this responsible sort of change up around something. It's almost, I feel like there's a tweaking of the routine, or there's this desire, this striving for, this yearning for some sort of change up. But the response to that is this strategic, responsible way to sprinkle in some different color. So it's creating change up for yourself and creating some excitement for yourself, but in a responsible and strategic way. And I feel with this elephant energy, there is this, there's this consciousness that's coming through, and there's this heightened awareness, this consciousness of your actions and of the consequences of your actions, I just heard. So in the focal point, representing you, representing your own energy, where you are at this point in time, the 10 of Wands reversed. Typically with the 10 of Wands, it's this heavy, overburdening energy. So there is this lightness. And again, seeing in the dark. So there is that unstoppable, that energy of, and it's almost a matter of perception that we're looking at here, that nothing will hold you back. Nothing will stand in your way. We have all these branches here, and yet nothing will stop you. So there is this forward trajectory, this persistence and consistency that I'm experiencing from this card. And it feels like this is where you are right now. You are on a mission. And what is not clear to you, it doesn't matter. It's the sense that what needs to be clear is clear. What's not clear is not clear. No matter, I'm moving forward. One step at a time. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Right under that, we have the 9 of Wands. So there is this step-by-step, this progression. So crossing the 10 of Wands reversed, we have the 4 of Swords. There's this mindfulness there. It's this very, very mindful approach to life right now. And this call to be mindful. There's also this precision of thought I just heard. So it's this focus, and this light is being shed on your thought processes. I just also heard beliefs and values. So there's this looking at your beliefs, looking at your values, conversations about values, conversations about beliefs as a means to explore and express and share who you truly are. That's what those conversations are. So there is this feeling of wanting or coming closer to others, nurturing relationship, to be known, to be seen, I just heard. So there is this feeling of wanting to be totally received and seen, to expose yourself. And there's still this natural hesitance to do that, this practice of a guardedness that you've experienced in the past. But there's this desire to shed all that, to open up, to be unafraid, to expose yourself. So there's this concept of vulnerability that's coming up very strongly with this card, and with this beautiful little lamb, this vulnerable little lamb, so confidently sitting, just peacefully sitting with swords overhead and feeling and looking like there is no threat. So this desire for vulnerability, this desire to open up, to let yourself be seen. And see what happens, I just heard. So in the recent past here, we have the star reversed. And the elephant is touching deeply on this card as well. And this concept of seeing in the dark is coming up again. So there's this feeling of what you could only see in your mind's eye previously is now coming to light. There's something that you held to very strongly with such determination. This dream that you were underground, making real, cultivating, harnessing, and now it's coming to light. But it feels as though in the recent past there was, and it's just beginning to sprout, it feels like. But it does feel like in the past, a lot of this, it feels very solitary, like this was solitary work on the self. Whatever it is, it's this something that you've been working on so consistently, so steadfastly, underground. And now you're bringing it out. You're bringing it out. Now sort of this exposure, this wanting to be seen anew. Taking it out for a spin, I just heard. So rooting, anchoring this bread, we have the devil, this earth energy, Capricorn. And there's been this holding yourself steady, even though all you wanted to do was just burst, to run, to there's this impatience that's coming from this card. And this self-discipline that has been cultivated to keep yourself in one place, I heard. So it's been a practice of patience. Whatever this is that you've been working on, it's been an immense practice of patience. And I just heard earning my freedom, winning my freedom. So there is this, whatever this practice is it was as a means to reclaim yourself, to reclaim and liberate yourself. So coming up here in the near future, we have the Five of Wands. And oftentimes this can represent challenging conversations. It can represent a little bit of conflict. 4, 5. So carrying us into the 5, we have the 4. So there, it feels as though, and this doesn't feel as perhaps for all of you as much of a conflict. I just heard conflict resolution. So there may be some sort of mediation. There's this mediation, this mediator energy that's coming up between these cards that might be present for you in some way or form over the next couple of weeks. There's this these conversations that are there to, I heard pool the pieces together. So pool or pull. So there's something about pooling different parts of the same whole together. So there is this collaborative energy. And this collaborative energy, it feels like there are pieces that seem to be all over the spectrum, but every part will play its role. And it's almost like what doesn't seem to obviously fit, you know it does somehow. It's just finding out how it all fits together. So it can work together, I just heard. So there is this desire and this need to work together, to collaborate on something. And mutually beneficial, I just heard. So this is this team energy. And there's these conversations of this troubleshooting and this working together. It feels like a community of some kind. And I just heard self-study. So this could be an actual class of some kind. This could be a personal exploration, seminars, anything of that kind, work environment, bringing, coming together, working to come together. So we have those conversations happening. Matters of community, matters of family, I just heard. So creating this cohesive family-like energy out of different pieces and parts. So there is this unifying. And that's the aim. That's the aim. There's also this feeling of wearing many different hats, so many sticks on the table, I just heard. So it's kind of like there's something over here that you need to pick up, take care of something over here. So there's this spinning of different plates. And there's something very regimented about this card. And regiment in it's that organization, that strategy is coming up strongly in your approach to things. And it's almost like the way you're looking at things is you're taking it one piece at a time, one part, and looking at it as a whole and as a piece and as sort of, you're taking up different categories, different compartments, different projects, I just heard. So there is sort of wearing different hats, and there is a little bit of like patting your head and rubbing your stomach at the same time. It feels so this energy in this 2 weeks, that's kind of what that energy is this, doing two things at once, which is probably why getting organized and that strategy and sort of that responsible strategizing comes into play for this Aquarian energy. And then carrying us into the crown, we have the 10 of Swords reversed. So we have this completion energy. Something has been completed, or someone close to you. There's this sense of showing up as this feels a bit heavier, but still light. So with the Ten of Swords, we're typically looking at with the sword energy, that mind space, worries, things like that, responsibility, big time. So I feel like this has to do more with that, with responsibility. We also have the Ten of Swords going directly down into the 10, mirroring the 10 of Wands reversed. So I feel like there's this cutting away of excess. There's this release. There's this huge release. And this simplifying. So there's this purification, this letting it all fall away. And really letting yourself let something go. Letting yourself be transformed. Letting yourself move into this next chapter. There is this completion. So we have completed. And now you're born again new. So there's this true tying of something up. And stepping into this next version of yourself, I just heard. And I hope not, but I feel like this could be sort of having to do with some sort of familial energy where you are called to show up for someone you care about in some way or form. It's my responsibility, I just heard. And how do I navigate my way through that? Responsibly, I just heard. And I'm getting sort of with this energy that in some way or form, there's something that might come up where you feel a little bit torn about something. I should, but I don't. What do I do? I don't know if like sort of this debating energy is what's coming from here, this internal debate. What's the solution, I just heard? So then let's go into, and this feels a bit more of like kind of on the periphery, on the sidelines a bit. So it's not focused, center, sort of whatever this showing up for, feeling that sense of responsibility, how that's coming up. It doesn't feel like it's consuming, but it's there. It's in your. It's something that is swirling around a bit in your head. It's a conversation I just heard. So, Mother of Wands is representing your general energy. There is this legacy that's coming up, as this beautiful Mother of Wands holds her eggs close and is sitting on something. There's this feeling that you're sitting on something and that you know it. You know you have something great. And it's coming from you. You have it. And you're holding it close. And it's just about biding time. So there is this practice of patience that's coming up around this energy as well, when something is ready to be born. But it's really giving it the time and the space to unfold as it's meant to unfold. So there's an honoring of process here. There's also an honoring of timing, the right time, internally and externally. So there's this lining up that's happening with whatever this is. It feels creative. It also feels, I just heard romantic. It feels emotional. It's building. It's it could be romantic as something that you have dreamed of, romanticized. But whatever this is it feels stimulating and invigorating and exciting and creative. And there's this honoring of the timing of things. And knowing that while it could be ready to hatch on the inside, there's also this priming that's taking place in your external reality, and it's about matching those up, I just heard. And we have sort of this matching energy here. So things are matching up. Everything's aligning. It's about, things are matching up. I just heard, keep an eye open for those synchronicities. So in your environment, we have the Chariot reversed. So that this environmental sort of, that there's this garden growing is the image I'm getting. It sort of according to its own timeline in your environment is what it feels like. So it could feel like things are moving very quickly. There's a lot going on, but there's also, it can feel at times like a slow, steady, gradual progression, even to the point to where there are moments over the next couple of weeks where it's almost this fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow energy that you're looking to align with and get comfortable and find ease within. Because those slow periods feel very slow. There's a discomfort around the pace changing. And I'm getting the comparison to walking. So it's actually not a pace. It's that right foot forward, left foot forward, right foot forward, left foot forward. So it just feels like when your left foot's moving forward, your right foot is stopped. And then when your right foot is moving forward, your left foot is stopped. So that's actually what's happening. It's just where it seems the attention's going is to sort of that foot that is in standstill. But that other foot is moving at the same time simultaneously. So you're constantly on the move is what I'm getting here. It just may feel in different areas and different sort of, with different things when that foot is sort of anchoring as the other, so there's this, there is this is moving forward now, and then now this is moving forward, and then this is, but you're always moving forward, but it's just sort of, it's that one thing at a time. But the message is you are making immense progress, and you are moving all the time. You are moving forward all the time. So there's this momentum, this building in the environment. And then I just heard spinning a lot of plates again. Wearing a lot of hats. Okay. So in hopes and fears, we have the Daughter of Wands. So there's this desire to this coming into oneself. This sprouting up, this blossoming. And the hope is to blossom. And the fear is that you won't. So there is this simplicity to this message of this wanting to come into oneself and this fear that you'll never get there, but you will. Because the Daughter of Wands is the Mother of Wands, and the Mother of Wands is the Daughter of Wands already. And also here, I'm getting this hope for a new beginning. I just heard hope for fertility. So there's this creating fertility and creating sort of this mechanism, this machine, this sort of building a life that is creatively fulfilling and is self-perpetuating is what I'm hearing. building something that creates more fulfillment, more happiness as part of the overall mechanism. So it's this self-creating, self-fulfilling, or this fulfilling sort of momentum in your life and in the structure of your life. So there's this desire to, and this intention to, and it feels like you're absolutely doing it, to build a life that's constantly feeding itself. So where you're putting your energy is, and where you're giving your energy is simultaneously giving you energy and fueling you. So there's this like feedback loop that you're looking to create through your energy and your creative endeavors, and where you put your attention and the people you invest in. So there is this, I just heard in flow. So there is this feeling that you are on track, that you are in flow, and it's just building, building, building. So moving here into November and sort of summing this reading up for the next couple of weeks, we have the Sun next to the Six of Wands reversed. So there is, and when I drew these cards, when I flipped them over, I got this feeling of, there it is. So there's something that you've been waiting for, and then now it's there. It's arrived. It's happened. It's happening. So it's like this surprise, this great news is what it feels like. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So there is this, and the Six of Wands is this victory card, is this wish fulfillment. So I do feel like there is good news right on the horizon here. And it feels like right towards the end of October, right towards the beginning of November, this is something that you've been waiting for, something that you've been wanting, something that you've been, really thinking about and hoping for. So this feels like it is, I just heard wish granted. So that's incredible. So we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, the Nine of Wands, and then the Two of Swords reversed. So, and then right behind that we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Wands, and then this wants to come up too, the Ace of Cups reversed. So there is this strong listening energy, it feels like it's saying, listen to your intuition, listen to the synchronicities. And there's this patience and this perseverance, but more so it feels like you're on path, you're on track, you're continuing with what you're doing, and it's building, 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 and you can feel it filling, and you're waiting for something, and then it arrives. It arrives, which then creates this complete, this new sense of focus and this new beginning. And there is this transformation that happens where once whatever this arrives, there's this shift of focus. And you're like, okay, so, it's this, this shift of focus and this rearticulation of what you're looking for now, because I feel like wish granted. So there's this new, it feels like there's this new element coming in to your life and that is fulfilling you. So then now there is that completion energy. So that's tying something up. And then from that point, it's now what now? Okay. So where do I want to go now? Where do I want to go? What's my new goal? What's my new, what's my new focus and fixation? I just heard. So there's this newness. There's this realigning. Because it feels like there's this fulfillment. What's the new dream? I just heard. 2.0, 2.0. So I just heard it's like your dream 2.0. So whatever this is that comes in, it's in alignment with your dream, with what you want. So this looks so, so, so great. I mean, this energy is so strong, so powerful. You are, and this looks like just an amazing, amazing, very rewarding time. And I'm wishing you all the best, and I'm sending you so much love. Do check out your sun, moon, and rising, because these are just general readings. So that will hopefully give you a more holistic reading according to your own personal natal chart. And just like, subscribe, comment. I sincerely appreciate it. It means so much to me. And I'm sending you my love, and have a beautiful, beautiful next couple of weeks.